Well, hello there, everyone. How you doing on this Super Saturday? It's June the 24th, year 2023. Hopefully you're doing outstanding. Yep, the clock keeps ticking. Tick, tock, tick, tock. So what's happened in those couple seconds? Did your beard, your hair, your mustache grow just a tiny millimeter, fraction of a millimeter? Maybe. Did we all age in that time? Yes, we did. So anyway, hopefully you're doing outstanding. I'm going to talk to you a little about how nothing happens overnight. Everything takes time, okay? I'm talking about investing and living and getting healthy. So with that being said, I'm Mazske Finance, coming to you still from South Florida. My house is not selling for some reason, and the price has been cut. So I am not a lawyer, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not a CPA, I am not a doctor, and I'm not a nutritionist. So with that being said, where am I going with this topic? Hopefully you'll stick around and find out. I can share nuggets of information, sometimes in the last 10 seconds of a video. It may be in the first 10 seconds of a video. It may be smack dab in the middle. It may be sprinkled throughout the video. My goal is to help educate you through sharing my experiences, my thoughts, my plans, whatever. Tell you stories about how I went from 0 to 25 rentals in 4 years. Tell you how I did this, how I did that, and how I topped out making $52,000 a year back in 2017, retired in 2018, and bought my first rental property in January 2017. Now, I make more money than I ever did working. How? Through investing. How? Because it takes time. I did it a little bit quicker than some. I did it slower than others. But I'm here to tell you, as long as you're patient, don't get in a rush. Don't overextend yourself. You too can gain financial independence. You too can do what you want to do. You can make your choices. You have freedom. Now, that being said, don't always copy me. I jumped out of Virginia, came to a much larger house on the water with a swimming pool. I've built a dock and a tiki hut. I've rehabbed my boat lift. As I've said before, you can get on a boat here and get out to almost any body of water, ocean-wise, in the entire world, because this water leads to the Gulf of Mexico, which leads to the Atlantic Ocean, which is connected to almost everything. Okay? So anyway, by doing that, I moved from a cheaper state to live in to a more expensive state. I went from a paid-off house to a $500,000 mortgage. I went to a place where, even though there's no state income tax, my taxes have gone up. Property tax. Insurance has really gone up a lot. So with that being said, it's expensive. But you know that, right? Because no matter where you live, prices have gone up. Prices have gone up. So where am I going with this? What takes time? Let me tell you something. I pay my mortgages every month on my rental properties, on my primary residence. And every month I track it in a spreadsheet. Several spreadsheets, in fact. Several spreadsheets. And in those spreadsheets, I look at them several times a month, and I've noticed a trend. I've noticed my principal is going down. And every month, it increases just a little bit more over last month. And some of my mortgages are really cheap. Like I have a mortgage, a 30-year fixed rate mortgage, where the balance on it now is $29,000 and something. And I've had that house for 3-4 years. So it's a cheap balance. I'll pay it off one of these days. But then when that mortgage payment increases, I'd have to look at it again to remember exactly how much it does. But every month it might go up 42 cents, 47 cents, 53 cents, 62 cents, whatever it does. I mean, not go up that much. But the principal balance may go up that much over the last month. That's what I mean. The amount of money going towards my mortgage payment stayed the same, but the amount of principal going towards the mortgage payment increased by a quarter, 50 cents, 75 cents, whatever, $1. My primary residence, because the mortgage is so much higher, every month I add an additional $2 to $3 towards the principal from the previous month, because as you pay down the principal, they amortize your mortgage over 30 years, and every month you pay a little bit more towards principal and just a little bit less towards interest. So when you get 20-some houses like I do, as time passes, because it doesn't happen overnight, as time passes, you see every month you're owning just a bit more than you did the previous month. Okay? Same thing goes when you're investing in the stock market. I was a stock investor for many years. I had stocks sometimes literally double overnight. Now, not really, they didn't double overnight, but they might double in 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 3 months, 4 months. I had stocks that did that for me. I might only had $500 into it, but it became $1,000 in a couple months. Maybe it became $2,000. Maybe it came for $1,000. Maybe it went to $16,000. Netflix did that for me. Not overnight though. It took time. Everything with investing takes time. I have money in Wealthfront high yield savings account. I'm getting 5.05% interest. Every month, I increase the balance a bit because I make deposits, but my interest goes up every month because my balance is higher. It compounds. That's where I'm going with this too. Compounding is our friend. It can be our enemy too if we get into credit card debt, but it can be our friend if we're investors. By compounding, by paying your mortgage down. How do you pay your mortgage down? I'll remind you if you haven't bought a rental property. You're not paying it out of your pocket, hopefully. Your tenant is paying you rent, and that rent pays your mortgage. It pays your principal, your interest, your taxes, your insurance. It pays your property manager, and it pays you, say, roughly 20% that you hold out for vacancies, repairs, and capital expenditures. And if you have any other expenses, any permits, any grass cutting, any snow shoveling, it pays that too. And then it pays your pocket. Not literally your pocket, but I jokingly say it pays your pocket because it gives you cash in your pocket every month. Now, hopefully you don't put it in your pocket, you put it in the bank or in somewhere. But you get my point, right? Real estate, your tenant pays your everything for you and a little bit more. Real estate, in my humble opinion, is the quickest way to get wealthy. You heard me in a video the other day talk about a business. Businesses can get you wealthy quickly if they're successful. Majority of businesses will fail in 5 years, but they can make you wealthy if you're successful. But I caution you, if you go this route, and this could happen to you, learn to live on whatever amount of money you're living on. Do not increase your expenses as your paycheck increases. There are people making $10,000 a month that live paycheck to paycheck. There are people making $2,000 a month that live paycheck to paycheck. There are people making $100,000 a month that probably live paycheck to paycheck. Maybe not $100,000 a month, but they could be making $10,000 to $15,000 a month and they still live paycheck to paycheck. Okay? Don't have lifestyle creep. As your paycheck increases, because most Americans, if you work a job, your paycheck will increase. Sometimes inflation will impact it. But don't have lifestyle creep until such a time you are living off your investments and you have more money than you know what to do with. Then improve your lifestyle. And along the way, as I've said in different videos, along the way, do stop and smell the roses. Take a trip occasionally. Don't have to take trips as often as I do. I took 5 trips last year. I've taken some short trips this year, and 1 to a foreign country, 1 to Texas, 2 trips in the state of Florida where I spent the night. They're mini trips. I'm headed up soon to Indiana. I'll spend 3 nights there. I'll be headed down to Panama sometime in July again because, breaking news for Mazske. On my Panama possibility of living there, I was notified by my attorney that my permanent visa is ready. I have to go there in person before August to go to the immigration place with my attorney so I can get that visa because there's some steps to go through, some money to pay, so I can get the permanent visa. Then I can go from there to get a permanent driver's license. I have a temporary visa right now, pensionado visa for Panama. I have a driver's license that expires the same day my temporary visa does. So once I get the permanent visa, it might be good for 5 years or something like that. I'll tell you when I get it. I can then get my driver's license, which I think will expire at the same time my visa. No, I'm sorry, I'm misspeaking. My permanent visa is forever. As long as I check into the country, it's forever. Now I may have to renew something periodically. No, I think it's permanent. I think it's forever. But my driver's license might be for 5 years. Once I get the permanent one, it's 5 years. I got to go back and renew it. So that's happening. There's always something happening. I did just check today. One of my credit cards I got, the Chase Sapphire Reserve, surprised me. I've only had it little bit over a month now, and I've completed the sign-up bonus. Scary. It's $4,000. I'm spending a lot of money, too much money. And I checked everything I spent it on. It's like $10 here, $25 here, $100 here, medical expense. I got bad insurance right now, $385 for that procedure there, and so on and so on. And as you might know, it adds up. That's why a lot of Americans get in trouble, because it adds up over time. So the point of all this is, again, don't be in a rush. Take your time. Don't overextend yourself. Don't jump too quick. If you think you need X number of rentals to become financially independent, increase that by some factor. I can't tell you exactly what, but some factor. If 25 rentals was my magical number, I might go to 37. I might go to 40. Because once you leave employment, it might take some time, but if you find out you can't survive, you might have to go back to work, and you might not want to go back to work, right? It could happen. So anyway, this is getting long. Sorry about that. Have a great day. Make sure you share any video you like. I've noticed YouTube now, my app does do a weekly update. I noticed some of you are sharing videos. Thank you so much. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you as always for commenting. Thank you for clicking the thumbs up. I appreciate it. So with that being said, Mazske signing out. Whoop! Forgot one thing. I keep forgetting to tell you this. Earlier this week, I went to Tampa. I watched the Baltimore Orioles play against the Tampa Rays, and they beat them. I got some pictures. Close up, we sat right behind the Oriole bullpen, and their players were like right there. I could almost reach out and touch them. So I got some pictures. I don't know. Do you want me to put a video up just with pictures from the game? Probably not. But if you want me to, let me know below. All right. So that being said, have a great day. Mazske's signing out.